Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play World of Warcraft Storytime. And again, I need to apologize to you because I'm really fucking tired. Just got 4 hours of sleep this night, so the episode will be cut a little bit short. And I didn't have enough time to prepare anything. So, yeah, we try to finish the quests here within Silverpine Forest this episode. And maybe talk a little bit more about the War of the Ancients, but there won't be all too much to talk about because I didn't have any time to read. So we got a little incident which we already came up with, and the thing with Crassus and Malfurion. But before that we just need to turn in the quest and see what Sylvanas has to tell us. You've done it! Finally! Everything is in place. Should Crowley not accept our terms, his daughter will be turned. I think that's not so nice, but... Oh, who am I judging? Who am I judging? So, we need to sell again, because I did forget that. I do so much forget such trivial things. So... yeah, let's see if we can turn in this quest now. And we can. Our armies clash across the battlefield. Crowley and his forces are losing ground, and they do not yet know the fate of Lorna Crowley. We will meet with Crowley and his compatriots at midfield, and I will present them with the terms of their surrender. They will either accept, or we will kill them all and leave their cities in dust. As my most trusted soldier, you are to stand by my side during the exchange. Tell me when you are prepared to leave.
We are the Forsaken.
Okay. Onward, Rianko. We will beat back the Alliance dogs and secure Lordaeron for the Forsaken front. So I just need to accompany Sylvanas, and we got Dashla, Athura, and the High Warlord. Kromush. So, lay down your arms and surrender. I will leave your cities in dust and your lives in ruin. Look at them, Rianko. They scurry like rats, veering headlong to their doom. Surely, Crowley and Bloodfang can see the futility in this. To the Greymane Wall, we will force their hand. Yeah, it isn't voiced, so that is a pity. But yeah, nothing to do about it. I think we will go with 15 minutes today. So I'm really tired and I really can't keep that up and have so much workload to do right now. So sorry that I can't do more, and you see with the clock, and it's really freaking close to the air date, so hopefully I manage everything. Crowley, your forces have fallen before my mighty army. You have lost. There he is. Darius Crowley and Eva Bloodfang. Now let's see. It is not over, Sylvanas. Not yet. You frivolously throw away the lives of your people while your king sits atop his throne of lies, nearly lifting a finger to help. Is Gilneas worth the lives that have been lost? The lives that will be lost? You cannot win. We will die trying. And your daughter? You could have saved her. You could have offered her your blood. You did not. Why? Lorna? What? Where is she? What have you done to her? Nothing. Yet. I now present you with a choice that I was never given. I offer you the life of Lorna for your unconditional surrender. Choose your next words wisely, Crowley. Deny me and she will serve me in undeath. Forever. is a really Lich King thing to do. Bring her, Godfrey. Godfrey, you deceitful maggot. Hello, old friend. Lorna, release her. I will sound the retreat. You can't be serious, Crowley, you miserable bastard. Release her, Godfrey. Of course, mistress. Now, leave here, Crowley, and never return. Lordaeron belongs to the Forsaken. Forgive me, daughter. And they stroll along. Soldiers of the Horde, we are victorious. Lordaeron is... What have you done, Godfrey? Something that should have been done a long time ago, you filthy animal. Gilneas belongs to me, and so soon will the rest of Lordaeron. Now, join your mistress in death. Yeah, he attacked Sylvanas. Who could have seen that coming? Who could have? Yeah, everyone knows a turncoat will always, turn his coat. Can expect a liar to always lie. Fall back, brothers, to Shadowfang. This land will quiver and shake in the wake of our destruction. Fix her! Fix her! We are bound to her, sisters. It will destroy us, sister. It is our sacred duty. The pact was sealed, the bargain made. Then let it be done. Interesting. Really interesting.
We are the Forsaken.
I saw
Slaughter anyone
only
who stands
darkness.
in our way.
As I drifted towards nothingness, a brilliant light appeared. Then another, and another. My dear Valkyr, I now know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the Valkyr are our future. We will never stop fighting for Lordaeron. Never!
Joy is there in this curse.
Lady Sylvanas Windrunner grimaces in pain. This is not over. Godfrey and his traitorous allies will pay for what they've done, as will the remaining Alliance forces occupying Lordaeron. Our work has only just begun. Okay. I can dig that. I can dig that. This war has taken its toll on us as a people. We have lost too much to secure our place as the rightful rulers of Lordaeron, and though the moment is won, the battle continues to rage in other parts of the Eastern Kingdoms. I must return to the Undercity to recuperate. I want you to go to Hillsbrad Foothills in my stead, Rianko. As my most trusted soldier, you will lead our forces to absolute domination against our enemies in Hillsbrad. Report to High Executor Thalia at South Point Blockade to the east. Yeah, so just quickly talking about what happened right now. Sylvanas was attacked by Lord Godfrey. She was killed by Lord Godfrey. Actually killed, she was dead. She was lying there. And the 3 Valkyries she brought with her, they sacrificed their lives to bring Sylvanas back, which seems to be an option. So it looks like that Valkyries can bring back every dead, but mostly it seems like they can only bring back people once, and after that they need to pay a huge toll, which in this case was 3 of them dying. So the 3 Valkyries, they died for Sylvanas to live, because Sylvanas made a pact with them, and this pact includes services like this. So just take a quick look at the map, and the story takes place within Icecrown, within the Icecrown Citadel, and after the defeat of Arthas, Sylvanas didn't have anywhere to go. She didn't have any destiny or destination before her, so all that remained within her was grief, was nothingness. She had nothing more to do in her life, so she threw the splinters of Frostmourne down the throne, and she jumped down to her death. And in death she was greeted by an old friend, by Arthur's, with whom she shared a place in hell, I think, or it was a vision of hell. We don't know if this actually happened or if it was just a mere vision. But in hell she was greeted also by the Valkyries, who served the Lich King and were now unemployed, as Sylvanas said. So they made a pact with Sylvanas for one of them to take her place in hell so that she could live again and lead her people, the Forsaken, once again. And now the remaining Valkyries that were in the service of the Lich King, they are under her sway and serving the Horde and the Forsaken. So what I wanted to tell you now is the rest of the encounter with the Legion, or the first encounter with the undead. And we need to just do a quick recap. Right now, Crassus and Ronin and Broxiga, they are in Surama as scouts. Jared Shadowsong already left. The two only trying to buy time, but the mount of Broxiga was set on fire and it ran off somewhere. Broxiga didn't immediately find his way back and he got lost within the city. And then he stumbled upon something that was kind of like the cliffhanger in the last episode. So what he found was two Dreadlords, or Nethrizim as they are called. And the Nethrizim, they are a special kind of soldiers that are part of the body of the Burning Legion. They are intelligent, cruel, and vastly powerful within the mystic arts. So they had the knowledge and the cruelty and the wisdom to reanimate the dead, and those two were casting the spell to continuously reanimate the inhabitants of Zurama. They were of course protected by two huge Fel guards, so Broxiga, he didn't know what to do. He knew that sooner or later he would be spotted, so there was only one thing to do: to use the element of surprise and carve through the demons, which he did and he could, but he only managed to slay two of the Fel guards before one of the Nethrizim noticed that his honor guard was compromised. And just a little second. Is there someone with a Hearthstone, or where is my Hearthstone located right now? Forsaken Rearguard. Where was the Forsaken Rearguard again? Sepulture, Forsaken Front, Forsaken Command. There. Yeah, I'm just thinking I could fly to Brill and learn riding, which should be a good thing to do for the last minutes of this episode. So one of the Nethrizim, he fought Broxiga, and Broxiga, though he was a really good fighter, he didn't stand much of a chance. Until Ronin arrived and found his compatriot again. He made a little diversion with a spell. He roasted one of the dead lords, and the other, startled by this, got carved up by the axe that was forged by Cenarius and Milfurion. So the two of them, they were able to put an end to the spell for now, which, as we do know, was only a field test for this new kind of warfare the Legion was planning. So those two, of course, were sent back, or were riding back towards Ravencrest. But there's a little thing that isn't really relevant to the story, but I like to tell you about it anyway, because it really shows a little bit of the... There was a quest. Why didn't... well, there was a thing that... Oh, it's a Halloween event. I think it was just a pumpkin. The Orc's mount was dead. I told you it was burned, charred to pieces, and to charcoal, not to pieces. Charred to charcoal. It sounds kind of funny. And so he didn't have a mount, so he couldn't get as fast back as he normally would, which is why Ronan, he offered him to ride on his own mount. So the two of them rode back. But here's the interesting part. Broxigar would normally refuse, because it wasn't the honorable thing to do as an orc. To be dependent on someone else was a great shame to his people. But Broxigar, he knew that in this particular instance, it was for him to accept the help, to be of use to his war chief, because Broxigar was so very tired and exhausted with all that has happened within Sudama, that it was the logical choice to accept the aid of the sorcerer to be brought back on the back of the other spellcaster's mount. So we are now able to do this random mount thing, and there is another candy bucket. Plus there is the riding trainer. So I think we will just fly back to the quest thingy at the start, and I can tell you a little bit more about the things I want to, but we can cut it a little bit short with a Hearthstone. So, where was I? Yeah. The two of them were, on their way back to the host of the Night Elves. That is the story so far. So, the next thing that happens is with Crassus and Malfurion, but this story I will save for another time, for the next episode, because we got some little thing to discuss further. The story goes, of course, on, and the two of them, the sorcerer and Broxigar, they find their way back to Ravencrest. They report what they found, and Illidan, he catches the information. So he goes to Ravencrest and he asks when the host will march, and that they couldn't wait anymore for the two scouts. But Ravencrest, he assures him that Master Ronan has already reported back in, and that he found the in Sudama devastated, and the Legion casting this particular spell. And Ravencrest, I think, was appalled by the idea that one could manipulate corpses with sorcery, whereas Illidan, he was intrigued by it. He was how do you say, he was admiring the demons for the mastercraft in their spell work. They truly grasped the essence of magic. He wanted to wield such power for himself, and that is where the moral decline of Illidan really starts. It started beforehand with Xavier's, and him planting the thoughts of envy and enhancing it within Illidan's mind. But this particular instance, it came only from Illidan himself. And as the story goes on, Illidan gets more and more corrupted by the Legion, where he still has his own mind, his own will. He still wants to help his brother, his people. He wants to defeat the Legion, but yeah, he wants to gain some power in the process. And yeah, that is really where we now leave off. Next time we will discuss where Malfurion and Crassus landed, what happened to them, and I think we can manage to discuss the skirmish that happened after Kroxigor and Ronan returned to the host. So hopefully you enjoyed this little episode. Hopefully you're a little bit intrigued by the story of the War of the Ancients, and hopefully you will see the next episode to find out what happens next. So yeah, see you next episode. Ta-ta for now.